Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you had a good weekend, that you enjoyed your time off. We are back here again. Today we're gonna do U12, IXL U12, and this is pretty much similar to U11, but it's a little bit different because they're asking you more about arcs. So let me just review a little bit. And what we have learned so far, that when you have a quadrilateral inside of a circle, opposite angles, opposite angles are supplementary. They're equal to 180. Okay. So, and then angle A and angle C will also be equal to 180. That's what we learned. Now, these angles are inscribed angles. Inscribed angles means that they are half of the intersected arc. They're half of the measurement of the intersected arc. So if you see this inscribed angle that is 91 degrees, I can find the intersected arc in degrees. How many degrees would it be from A to C? Because that's where the angle goes from. It goes from here all the way to here. Okay, so I could find what is the measurement there for the whole arc. Okay. Notice what the question is find the measurement of arc BC. So they want you to find the arc from B all the way to C. Okay, well, if I find this big arc, I can go ahead and subtract 70 and find what BC will be. Okay, so how do I find this big arc? Well, I'm going to find this big arc by multiplying 91 times 2. If I do 91 times 2, that's 182. So that means that this arc is 182 degrees. Okay, you multiply the angle that goes with this arc. Because the whole arc is 182, now I'm going to subtract 70, and that's going to give me from B to C. Okay, so if I do 182 minus 70, that's 112. So the arc BC is 112. And that's my answer, because that's what they're asking you. What is the measurement of BC? So it will be 112. There we go. Okay, so let's do another one. In this case, they're asking you, what is the measurement of angle D? Okay, what would this angle be? Well, what do I know? I know that opposite angles, they're equal to 180 degrees. Okay, 180. Now, in this case, to find that, I will need to know, let me see, I will need to know what is the measurement of this whole arc. Okay, this whole arc can give me this angle. Well, what do I have? Well, so far what I have is I have 66 degrees that could give me from B all the way to D. It could give me this arc. Okay. So let's try that. Let's try that. So I'm gonna do 66 times 2, and that's gonna give me this arc. Okay, so let's see. If I do 66 times 2, that's equal to 132. Okay, 132, which means that the arc DC, I do 132 minus 55 is 77. So this arc right here is 77 degrees. I already know that from A to D is 103. Okay, so now, shoot, what did I do? Okay, so this arc is 77 degrees. This is 55, this is 103, and all I'm missing is from A to B. Well, I could find from A to B by adding all my arcs. If I add 103 plus 77 plus 55, and that's going to give me, so 77 plus 55 plus 103, that's 235. 235, And I'm going to go ahead and subtract 360 minus 235 degrees. And that's going to give me 125. Okay, so that means that this arc from A to B is 125 degrees. Now that I have that arc, well, notice to find angle D, I need to go from A all the way to C. So in that case, I need to add 125 plus 55, and that will be 180, okay, 180 degrees. So if the whole arc is 180 degrees, so from here all the way to here is 180 degrees, then the way I'm going to find angle D now that goes with this arc is I'm going to go ahead and divide 180 by 2. So if I divide this by 2, I'm going to get that the measurement of angle D is going to be 90 degrees. Boom. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to step it up, and oh my God, I'm not logged in. And because I'm not logged in, um, I will not be able to show you the next step. So I'm logging in right now, and let me step it up a level, and it jumped me to 90. I don't know why that far. Okay, why did it go that far? Why? Okay, well, let's try this one. Okay, that's a 96. This is asking you to find the measurement of angle B, angle D, and the arc AB. Okay, so let's do that. Now, in this case, I am going to always go with what they give you. Okay, so they give you an inscribed angle. They give you this angle. That means you can find the arc that goes, notice this angle goes from B all the way to D. Okay, this arc goes, that angle goes with this arc. That's the intersected arc. Notice they tell you that from B to C is 148. So the way I'm going to find that arc, I'm going to multiply 123 times 2, and that would be 246. Okay, 246. So because it's 246, I am going to do 246. 246, take away 148. Sorry, I put 146. It's 246 minus 148. And that will be minus 148. That's 98 degrees. Okay. So that means that this arc, the arc from D to C, is 98 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and find all the arcs, because once you find all the arcs, you can go ahead and find the angles. Notice here they tell you from A to D is 40 degrees. So now pretty much I have all the arcs except from A to B. To find A to B, you go ahead and add all of them. So you add 148 plus 98. Okay, so let me do it over here. You're going to add all the arcs. 148, which they already gave it to you, plus 98, plus 40. And what is that equal to? So let me do it in the calculator. 98 plus 40 plus 148. That's equal to 286. 286. So now, because the circle is 360 degrees, I am going to get 360, subtract 286, and that's going to give you the arc AB. So minus 360, that's 74. So that means that arc AB is 74 degrees. Now that I have all my arcs, I can go ahead and find the angles. Okay, remember you find the angles by dividing by 2, because every angle is an inscribed angle. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and we'll be able to answer the questions. So the measurement of arc AB, I already know this is 74. Now I need to find the measurement of angle D. Well, D, notice D right here, it goes from A all the way to C, okay? So from A, the arc all the way from A to C. So that means I'm going to do 74 plus 148, and that will be 74 plus 148. That's equal to 222. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to divide that by 2, okay? Divide that by 2. And if I divide that by 2, I'm going to get 111. That means that angle D is 111. Okay, so let me switch here. That will be 111. Now, to find the measurement of angle B, okay, so to find B now, notice B is right here. And B, since I already know that D is 111, remember, opposite angles are supplementary. So that means they got to be equal to 180. So I can go ahead and do 180 degrees minus 111, and that gives me 69. So that means that angle B is 69. Now, what is a different way I could do that one? Okay, let me show you. Since I already know, so the measurement of angle B, well, you know what? I erased it, so I forgot what DC was, okay, how many degrees. But what you would do in this case, you will add, and I believe it was 98 if I'm not mistaken, or maybe I'm mistaken. 98, let me see if it was 98. Again, 98 plus 40, that's 138 divided by 2 is 69. There you go. Okay, so it would be from A, D, and C. All of this is 98. So if you divide that by 2, you get the same thing I got, which is 69 degrees. 69, this is 111. Notice this is 123. So to find angle C, you can subtract 180 minus 123 because they're supplementary. And this angle here is 57 degrees. Okay. So there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and submit this so you can see. And there it is, okay? So that's basically it. If you do have a question on this, make sure you watch this video. If you have a question, tomorrow I'm gonna have a live session for third period is gonna be at 10, and fourth period is gonna be at 11. So make sure you tune in Teams. I'm gonna be there live. If not, you can request for help and I can go to Teams and help you out if you have any questions, all right? So go to 70% on this one. And that will be it for this topic.